Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, Episode 18, Scrap for the Hearth.
It's going to be very nice and toasty bedtime here.
It's -0.
Oh, come on. I took painkillers. You need me to just straight up abuse my painkillers? Yeah, there we go. I really need that bed downstairs. Yeah. Would be nice. I'm pretty close to Carpentry 3. I think, like, around Carpentry 4, my disassembly chance starts to not suck. So I can try to move beds down at about Carpentry 4 or so. Because, like, right now, it's still a 60% chance to break, right? I'm probably not going to get anything out of it. Would all my downstairs neighbors keep me up from sleeping? You mean the ones in the garage? I'm probably enough removed from the garage zombies that it would still allow me to sleep. I could be wrong about that. Plus, I could move the bed around a little bit. You know, there's some wiggle room. I don't have a pipe wrench. So that's not going to work. My face is so small. Well, his is smaller. If we're having a competition. Right, buddy? You're tiny. Let's see. Chance to break 52.5. So it's like almost a coin flip. So I think I'd still want to level up a little bit more to make it not just a coin flip chance. Yeah, whatever. I'll roll the die. Here we go. And broke it. So. Yep. Kind of what I expected. Is it per part? Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. I think it's like for the entire thing, but it could be per part. Yeah, I have one of two, but only of that type of bed. So I would need, you know, the other part of that type of bed, and then also for it to be the correct part of that type of bed. You know, the one of two or the two of two. Oh, this office desk is strange. Hey, Yoda fan. Hope my back is okay. Thanks for the hope. It still sucks, but thanks. I wish. God, I wish. All right. I'm a little bit too bored to continue doing what I'm doing. And by a little too bored, I mean I'm about to be, like, clinically depressed if I continue down this path. This just in, Victor is a big baby. and complains loudly about life. So the thought I had for this filing cabinet is this would just be fire starting material. Seems about right. So just the magazines and sheets of paper that I don't really need, I can stick in there in case the fire ever goes out. So we have got 52 hours, so just over 2 days of stuff. Not bad. I still think that going downstairs to where the, into the forested area or the park should still be fine, as long as I'm careful. But let's read something nice so that my character doesn't hate life. Oh, wrong bookcase. Still getting a little bored. There we go. Filing cabinet is a great homemade smoker. Yeah, if you just like cut some of the slits out in it and got yourself a smoker in no time. So I'm going to finish off with I think I'm just about done disassembling everything on this level. I'll just do one last pass. Plus, there's always doors that I could grab. Which I most assuredly just turn into scrap wood. My character's really good at that. I could also start to collect planks so that I can build stuff once I have enough planks. And collect the fire starting papers and whatnot as well. Not sure what I would want to make out of planks, but better to have them. If I was smart, I would have brought a pipe wrench so that I could remove the sinks, bring a sink down. Why are we limping? Gravity. Gravity's bastard. Okay, and I'm also bringing down a TV. Not that I only have like one survival tape, so it's not much to watch, but... Yeah, I went parkour wrong side of the balcony. That would be the truth. He thought he could fly, and he could not. And that ended about as well as it could. And the problem is, I'm bad at reading ropes. Oh! Well, the bite's gone. That's good. Do I have enough to make a compost bin out of planks? Yeah. I have enough planks for that. Let's do one. Well, I now have a TV for me if I'm extremely nearsighted. One plank, two plank, three plank. Okay, got the planks. Nope. I needed 5. I'm expert at math. Well, what now? Why is it, Do I not have nails? No, I have plenty of nails. Nails, carpentry, planks. Can anyone help me out here? Why is my idiot not able to make the thing that I should be able to make? Got a hammer, I've got the planks. It's like I need a floor down or something, I don't know. Huh, that is really strange. Oh, yeah, it needs to go outside, that's true. I'm not even gonna put it on the roof. I am gonna put it over here. So I don't want to have to walk all the way outside, or all the way upstairs every time I want to access it. Hi, zombie. Much better. Alright, so we'll get a few more planks and just put it out there. And that way, no climbing involved to get to the composter. And eventually, I'll put a door there as well. In fact, I'll put the frame in now. Look at me go. Cool. It instantly becomes Snow White? Yeah. It's a little funny. Cool. Well, that was convenient. "54 hours on fireplace." So that's still looking pretty good. Oh, I suppose one other thing I didn't check. Okay, yeah, my armor was not messed up when I fell. I am starving though, so I don't want to die. How's my weight? 88? I have so much further to go. So I will eat very, very little to keep my weight up. I really wish that the farm was yielding, or I had like something to nibble on. I really don't. More split pea soup. I need to start a berry and cabbage diet? I know, right? I think what I'll do is just have, like, split pea soups that are basically mostly water. So what magazines don't I have? Guerrilla Radios, Farming and Herbalist. Oh, man. Farming magazine is killing me. Just like last time, my dude monsters the entire pot of soup, 2 of them, in fact. Is still losing weight and is still hungry. I suppose if I'm about to go to sleep, the other thing I can do is just wash myself so I don't look like a filthy hobo. I'm gonna have a stove-heated pool here. Should be a bit of a luxury, right? I wash myself and then I hobble away into like the deep freeze cold. It's negative 34 Fahrenheit. Yes. Wet clothing and negative 34 Fahrenheit. I'm glad that the PZ physics doesn't care that much. Because in real life, you'd be dead in like a few minutes. I keep forgetting to take my painkillers ahead of time. Takes a minute for them to kick in. There we go. The water freezes and works as a windshield. Years and years and years ago, I was biking on a frozen lake and I fell in because there was like a hot spring that had like a really soft part of the ice. And I was fine. My bike actually didn't go in. Only I went in. So I could use the bike to pull me out of the water. And I was maybe like a mile from home on the lake. So in my bike back, you know, I biked really, really fast. And actually it wasn't that cold because I was just biking and, you know, adrenaline and all that. And then when I finally got back to take off like my boots and try to warm up, my like shoelaces snapped off and like my socks were like one solid frozen, you know, object. And it was rather funny. I didn't even get frostbite. I warmed up soon enough, but yep, can confirm. When you're cold enough, things don't exactly. It's actually one of the ways, like when I would go skiing, is like you get a little bit of water on you and it freezes, and it does sort of act as like a shield because it freezes solid so that the fabric's not on your skin. It's like frozen as like armor. That's why these zombies are so hard to kill. They all have their own like zombie frozen armor. So I think, apart from these rooms back here, I'm pretty much done with this floor of apartment complexes. I'm just getting the last of the scrap wood because it's really easy to keep the stoves going with scrap. Should I try for twin beds? I'll do it. Nope. Broke it. It's too bad you can't take, like, the broken half of a twin bed and throw it in the... Can you throw it in the fire? I don't think you can, but maybe it's something I've never tried to do. So there's still some counters, I guess. The other thing I have to keep an eye on is how bored my character's getting, because he's gonna be pissing and moaning about this construction stuff pretty soon. There's definitely something weird happening with the pathfinding, though. I don't get what that is. So sort of some counters that have items that I haven't removed. This side is pretty much done. I can also start doing the TVs too. Because I have electrical 1 red. So if I'm going to work on skills, it's going to be on the apartment buildings 2 floors up. Which scares me a little, because that means if I screw up the climbing, I'm falling 4 stories, and there's just no way that I'm going to survive that. You have something to ask? Sure, yeah. What's up? So electrical 1's done. I've been doing a lot of cooking, but also cooking isn't like not super survival necessary. I would like to do mechanics 1, but I just don't own it. Metalwork 1 would be nice as well, but I don't have a welder's mask, so it doesn't really help me immediately. So probably tailoring's next. Your brother and you bought the game today? And you're trying to find each other? So the thing that I would tell you to do is to go to map.projectzomboid.com and match up what you see with roughly where you think you are. In order to find other players, probably the easiest way is to try to meet up at some landmark. So when you load in, you figure out where you are, which can be tricky because if you're new to the game. So both of you start in the same city. Start in like Rosewood, maybe. Rosewood's a pretty small town. And then say, oh, I found the police station in the southwest of town, and like meet up at the police station in the southwest of town. You should be fine. That's what I would do. That's definitely going to be the easiest way to go about it. I think these are duplicate books, but let me just double check before I throw them into the burn pile. So Mech 4 I've got, Forge 3, yep. Farm 4, yep. And Electronics Vol 3. You have to get in a server from a stranger. You can also host locally, but it depends. Just look up a guide for that, because it also depends on whether you have open ports, and you know, it's more than I'm going to be able to instruct you on stream. That, and if English isn't your first language, you can translate guide documents easier than you can comprehend what I'm trying to instruct you to try to do. Alright, let's see. I am going to try to... How much fuel does this have? 70 hours? Okay, almost 3 days. Do a little cooking, and then continue stripping out the apartments above me, because I think that's probably the best bang for my buck, skill-wise. Carpentry's closing on a level 4. I think around level 4, it's slightly more in my favor than a coin toss for me to create a bed down here. Water level check. Yeah, I should also do all the plant check too, I'd imagine. Everything seems to be well watered and verdant. Nope, no, we have sickly, but it's not diseased, it's just sickly. His water level's slightly lower. It's also the most annoying farm plot to manage because it's right behind the stove. Alright. Now it's well watered. They should call it like wilting or something, not sickly. Some better name for it that doesn't indicate that it's like diseased, because there's diseases and then there's water levels, and the two are easy to confuse. Am I going to cover the pool? No, I don't really intend to. Unless I have a reason to. I could, because I could, like, try to add a level to expand the farm, but personally, I don't think it's all that necessary. But we'll see. It really depends on the crop yield from these, farms. If they don't yield enough, then yeah, it might be necessary. Hey, Pidu, thank you for the sub. How do you store food once it's grown? So in my server settings, I have food rot as extremely low because the world is like negative 100 out, right? So I don't really need to worry too much about that, but you could stick it in a refrigerator or a freezer to increase its shelf life. And then if that's not enough, you can also jar it with vinegar, sugar, water, a jar's lid. That would be the best way to store food, but also the most labor intensive. So it really depends on how much you care about. But at the end of the day, if you're continually farming, it's not that big of a deal because you'll just always have fresh food coming out of your farm to feed you. So it's not one of those like, oh god, I'm going to run out type situations most of the time. Right, bud? Yoda says yes. Yeah, I could get an ice freezer once the lake's healed. Exactly. There's actually an ice freezer in the building that I live in that I could get. I would just need to make time to get there to get it. But it's in the bottom. It's sort of here on the bottom floor. Definitely the easiest way is to get an icy freezer. And just to stick food in the icy freezer. So of the ways to set up freezers, you have regular, you've got regular refrigerators that have a refrigeration capacity of 30 and a freezer capacity of 20. Then you have industrial freezers that have or industrial refrigerators that have a 40-20 rather than a 30-20, so they're slightly better. But the freezers are the same size, so that's not going to help you out that much. And then you have the icy freezers that have two sections of 30 kilograms each. So that's, way more frozen storage than a refrigerator. And they're all roughly about the same amount of gasoline for your generator. So if you really want to maximize your how much you're freezing something for a minimum amount of gasoline, it would most assuredly be the icy freezers. And because the game, the way it works is a refrigerator will double the shelf life that's left of whatever object you use it on, and then the freezer will quadruple it. So if you're trying to make food last, refrigeration doesn't make that much sense because it's half as effective as a freezer. Oh, dismantle radio? I probably should have. Am I carrying a TV? I'm not. I broke it down. But I am carrying tons of scrap wood. Hey, bud. He's getting lots of peanuts. I don't think I'm at risk of, like, having the stove go out, but I really didn't intend for it to go out the first time, and I let it lapse, so... Going hard on it this time. Not that I need more light here, it's, like, blindingly bright. But I'll add more. And I'll build the world's worst door. Oh, yeah. So bad. That's what you get for a low-level skill. Probably have one more carpentry run in me. Although I'm getting pretty bored. I'm tired. I'll just plan for sleep. This time I took my painkillers ahead of time. Come on, man. You can't figure out how do ropes work. Can you imagine how excruciating it would be in real life to, like, try to climb with a fractured leg? Ugh. Glad I don't have to deal with that. So I'm closing in on Carpentry 4. That will open up the opportunity to make things look a little bit nicer, I think. Carpentry 5, 6, 7, those are the really important ones. Being able to make stairs would be really nice. That way I wouldn't have to deal with so many ropes. That's Carpentry 6. 4 is cheap rain barrels. So here in furniture, as you can see, the cheap rain barrels are Carpentry 4, the nicer rain barrels are Carpentry 7, and stairs are Carpentry 6. What happened with the limping? I climbed where it looked like there was a rope, but there wasn't. So I just kind of leapt to my smashing limbs. Wow, I barely use fuel here. It's a super fuel efficient base. Forget refrigerators. Who needs them? What I realized is I haven't really checked out this section down here, which doesn't even require climbing. There's pretty much nothing in that room for me to dismantle that is wood. Did I break my leg? I did indeed. I have a tendency to do that often. The locker room's just gonna be all metal lockers. Oh! There was a hole there. Oh, good. I hope I'm faster than the zombies are. Hi, zombies. You guys have been congregating beneath me as my little grumbling fan club. And I see you've been systematically removing my sheet ropes, which I've wanted to keep. So yeah, let's not go that direction. That direction seems like it's less than favorable for some reason. Well, that was annoying. It's slightly exciting that I like fell into a pit of zombies. It feels like very much an evil person thing to do, to have like a base with a moat full of zombies, which is essentially kind of what my base is like now. I'm in a Nakatomi Tower surrounded by zombies. Any new injuries? No, it was only a 1 floor drop. No new injuries. 1 floor drops are not that painful. I mean, they're painful, but they're not that dangerous. And that was cooking level 1, leveling up. Despite the fact that I've not read the book at all. That's how much cooking I do. I still think that tailoring would be a better choice. Especially with the amount of zombies there are to strip of their fabrics. But cooking might be my next choice. All right, let's go back to the breakdown. Can the bowl be emptied? No. Can you walk on it? No, it's like a wall. And then if you take a look here, see it says water unlimited. Unlimited means it can't be emptied. So there's a few water sources in the game that can't be emptied. Wells, rivers, ponds, pools. Even though pools, like in real life, would be a finite amount of water, the game didn't want to... I guess it wasn't worth, like, calculating what that finite level would be to the developers, so they're just like, oh yeah, it's infinite. Maybe that will change at some point in the future, but for now, it's infinite. What happens if I break... There's no fluid dynamics in this game. Water won't move. So if I broke the floor next to it, I would just have a broken floor next to it. There's no like, you know, mechanics for water like that in the game. In fact, you can like take an entire trash barrel, rain barrel, like the size of like a brewing casket or cask, dump it on the water, on the ground, and you won't even make puddles. It's just like, oh, okay. You wanted to dump all the water? Okay, sure. And the water's dumped. It reminds me, I should unbarricade that door, just for convenience. Let's look, see if I can see any friends. Oddly, no, I can't see any friends out this window. Can I fish in the pool? Nope. Nope. Used to be able to, and I think they removed it some patches ago. But if I lived on a river, or a pond, then that would be a different answer. Whoa. It's It's like he forgot he fractured his leg for a second there. It got super fast. Okay, 83 hours, so pretty good amount. Let's go ahead and remove those barricades. I do envision at some point replacing all the windows on the base with like proper walls that are plastered and painted. You know, make it look real nice. Oh, no, unbarricade. Much better. Doing some real, and see how there's not even gravity? Like, that's just a door handle and hinges just floating in the air. This game's programmed in Java, and Java does have some limitations, and as a result, there's not really a physics engine. So another thing that you can do is you can build, like, floor planks out infinitely, you know, because nothing actually needs support. So if you wanted to, you could build like a stairwell up, build a base off of that stairwell, remove the stairs, and just have a floating base if you wanted. Because there isn't like physics calculations like there are. Which means that in terms of a PvP game, I would say there's a lot to be desired for Zomboid PvP-wise, but for PvE, it's great. Oh, there we go. Carpentry 4. So now my chance of breaking is a 45%. So I can try for some additional beds, bringing them down, so I don't have to climb ropes every time I want to go to sleep somewhere comfortable. But before I do that, I want to read the next book. Do you get materials for destroying walls? No. Floors, depends on the floor. So ground floors can't be destroyed because there's no Z level underneath the ground. But then you can pull up flooring for tiles and stuff, but that's cosmetic. It's not like material so much as it is like you have a rug that you can put down later on. Sort of. I'm picking undeservedly on Java. Yeah. Well, so Java is like a game engine. I guess the reason I'm picking on Java is just in my own experience with Java. It isn't an engine that's designed for gaming, I think is a fair thing to say about it. So Java's very flexible, but the limitations that it has, it isn't an engine at all. Exactly. It's just a programming language. So a lot of what some of Zomboid's limitations is as a result of the engine that they built for themselves is limitations, I guess. So they probably could put in realistic water and, because like Minecraft is Java. Well, some of Minecraft is Java. I think Minecraft forked, if I recall. But, Minecraft had like gravity and water physics and things like that. But then you're running up, like, one of the most obvious things is when you drive around in this game, the game starts to chunk hard. Where like running around or driving at a fast rate in Zomboid is the game doesn't handle it very well. So I mentioned that just because some of the game butts up against what it's capable of. And it becomes excruciatingly obvious that it's like, oh, yep, the game was really not meant to be played this way. So if you give yourself a speed demon trait and then drive around at top speed, your frame rates are going to go to like 1 frame per second. And you'll have like a half a second to avoid smashing into trees. Water all the crops before bed? That's not a bad idea. Minecraft did fork. Yeah, I haven't played Minecraft in like half a decade, but I do vaguely recall it forking from Java to Bedrock or whatever. So I guess I'm not meaning to pick on Java so much as this game can't handle more, probably, unless it becomes very streamlined. A lot of people think Java's slow. It isn't true anymore. It was true in 2005 when the JVMs evolved a lot since then. Yeah. But I would say that this game can definitely run slow. Especially when you start throwing a lot of zombies and a lot of chunk refresh rate. So if you're driving around really fast and there's a lot of zombies on the map, or if a lot of zombies are wandering around or on fire or something like that, oh god, it's gonna chunk. Kind of fun, though, when things break down that much. Alright, let's do a little inspection. They're still all seedlings. Pretty much. No, some of them are young. Some of them are growing up. That's good. How long will it take my leg to heal? Probably 2-ish weeks since injury or so. It could take like 1 to 3 weeks, depends on traits and fullness and whether you have comfrey or not. So my guess is I'm gonna probably end up with a full 3 weeks, if I was to guess. Are these pots full? Yeah, they must be full. Where'd my other pot go? Alright, farm is tended to. Crops are happy. My weight is down about 2 kilos. I'm so tempted to just eat a stick of butter. But let's go ahead and make another stew. I also have, I think, the soup's left over. There we go. That's good enough for now. I'll stew it up tomorrow. Ooh, I climbed the wrong rope. Oh, there's beds up here. How do I know there's beds up here? There we go. And actually, you know, this is not a bad place to leave off. Sit here on the ground with my flashlight and my my pain pills. And this, my friends, is the end of the stream.
Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, which originally streamed live on Twitch April 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.